Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my new video. My name is AJ. I'm going to be talking about China's trade deficit with US and with India as well. I did a comprehensive program about the Chinese and US trade war and the trade deals and trade deficits and how it has not worked. It's not worked for the US in terms of bringing down the deficit. So this program is going to be an update on the previous program. I'll send you the link. I'm also going to add India's trade deficit with China here as well. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to start. But before I do, just don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, whatever you can to help promote the channel. If you really like the video, you can join my Patreon or you can buy me a coffee. So let's go on with the show, shall we? So just this headline here: US trade deficit in goods hits all-time high. And it seems to be in all the US papers as well. The US trade deficit hits all-time record. And US has got a trade deficit not just with China but with other countries as well, and that's going up and up every year. So China's not the only issue. So let's focus on the Chinese data, shall we? And you can see exports from China to the United States. So that's goods going from China to the United States. In the first 7 months of this year, rose 36.9% to 302 billion, while the United States imported 102 billion worth of goods into China. So that's a surplus of around 200 billion, and I think this tells you as well. For the first 7 months of the year, the surplus was 200.32 billion, up from 164.92 billion in the same period last year. So you can see the trade deficit is going up and up every year, every month. So the trade war has not worked, but not only has the deficit going up with China, but the deficit is also going up with the rest of the world as well, with Europe, with other countries like Mexico, for example. So what US is doing is stopping buying goods from China, which is cheap, and they're ending up buying expensive goods from other countries. So that's what's happening. That's why the trade deficit is going up with other countries as well. But unfortunately, US is still buying goods from China and is still increasing. And not only that, they're also buying more expensive stuff from other countries as well. So unless US has a plan to stop this, it's just going to grow and grow out of control. And I don't see an end in sight unless they start looking at the big picture. So let's go to India, shall we? So with India, this is the trade surplus with India. So 2020, there was 9 billion in exports to China, and 2021 there's 15 billion in exports to China. So that's a 65% growth. So initially you would if you're Indian, you would think, oh, 65% growth going from 9 billion to 15 billion in a year. So initially it looks good. However, the imports from 26 billion has gone up to 43 billion, and that's a 67% growth. And in terms of percentage, 65% of 9 is 15, 67% of 26 is 43. And it's a much bigger difference in terms of money. So you can see the huge deficit, 15 billion to 43 billion. And that's almost, just under 30 billion deficit with China. So if we go in a bit more, if we look at it, what the actual imports and exports are, so you can see all of the imports and exports. So India is importing electronic components, telecom components, computer hardware, organic chemicals, and you can see bits of everything India's importing. But the only major thing that China is importing from India is iron ore. You can see everything else China doesn't really care about, because China can do most of that stuff itself. So you can see the difference. It's hardly anything to kind of work out with these figures because it's very, very low. and the only thing that's going up is iron ore. That's only because of the trade war that China is having with Australia. So you can see the only thing that it needs India for are raw materials, and namely iron ore. But India still needs China for all of these other goods. So my question is, India has been doing a lot of anti-Chinese fucking. My conclusion to all of this is India still needs a long way to go with its manufacturing. China provides a lot of manufacturing, cheap goods, which India needs. The only difference is if India doesn't buy these cheap goods from China, it will have to buy it from other places, which is more expensive. I know India's been trying a lot of actions to go against China in terms of banning all the apps and banning 5G, Huawei, and banning a lot of Chinese companies from investing in India. They have been doing a lot of anti-Chinese actions, but it really doesn't help with this trade. In terms of the trade deficit, it doesn't help. In fact, it's going up and up every year. So again, same with India. Unless India sorts out its trade with China and the rest of the world, this deficit's going to increase more and more. So let me know what you guys think, guys. China's and USA's trade deficit increasing year by year, month by month, and where would that lead to? So, and has a trade war worked with US? Obviously not. And has India's actions to stop Chinese imports, has that worked as well? And obviously not. So let me know what your thoughts are, and I'll see you in the next video.